You are tuning
Welcome
in
back.
to the Lair in the Basketball Zen. How you feeling today?
Myself, I'm feeling good. Welcome back, everybody. I'm feeling good, though, to be honest with you. A lot of moves around the league. LeBron James passing Kareem,
That was huge.
Kyrie being traded. Yo, before we do anything, we got to get it on the record, man, because I know you've been freaking ducking it
Ah,
left and right. All of your naysayers have been waiting for your official layer response. Kyrie Irving has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks. This pretty much ends the Brooklyn Nets trio that you guys had. How do you feel, man?
all right. I'll be
How do
on the
you feel?
record. I'll be on the record. I know. Hey Ricky, I see you in the chat. I know you've been waiting to hear how I feel about it too.
Ricky,
The
what's
Rick
good,
Show. The
Ricky?
Rick Show. All right. So I'm gonna say this here, for everybody to hear. Yes, I am sad that Kyrie Irving is gone. A lot of people act like Kyrie Irving is this huge cancer to the locker room and he leaves devastation and waste behind him. Um, and I understand that sentiment because that is what he did in Boston. That's almost what he did in Cleveland. But really, he just left LeBron. He didn't really leave desolation and devastation. That was more LeBron doing that. Um, I think it was more of a disagreement with ownership. That was the issue, a disagreement with Cy and Sean Marks. As far as a teammate, Claxton, you can already tell Claxton misses him. Cam Thomas said that was his big brother, like Kevin Durant is his big brother, like his mentor, but Kyrie's his big brother, as in the one guy he could joke about and talk, had talked about Kobe Bryant too. So I am sad, but I'm also happy. I'm happy because Cam gets the minutes he deserves. And now I kind of feel like this weight has been lifted because the whole is he going to play? Is he not going to play? This tussle, this battle between him and ownership, requesting trades. Now they can focus on just building around KD. And I'm hoping Kevin Durant wants to stay. I'm hoping ownership makes the right decisions and makes the right moves. Move Ben Simmons, and we can improve this roster because I still believe Brooklyn can win it all. Also,
What's
good
going on,
good luck
Chris?
in
By the way,
Dallas.
Chris Crumpton. Who do you think's get traded next? Russ. It's looking like Russ right now. It's looking like Russ. But in regards to what you said, Lair, bro, yeah, man, it's been an interesting year for Kyrie and the Nets. But Cam Thomas, he definitely was playing well. And yo, you called it. Yo, give yourself some credit in regards to the development of Cam.
You know what? I will take this pat on the back, Zen. Listen, my co-host knows I have been screaming at every rooftop about Cam Thomas since he led the summer league in scoring, and then Steve Nash just sat there. What did Steve Nash do? Bury him at the bottom of the bench. So I'm so happy for the kid, man, and I am gonna take these props. I absolutely am. But
So, I mean, dude, let's not move on too quickly here. I feel
we're
like you're
not.
trying
We're
to run
not.
over.
We're
Yeah,
not. We're not.
we're talking about Cam Thomas now. Let's stay on Kyrie and KD. And
Ah.
I mean, I'm just saying, what happened there, man?
Ah. Listen, I'm not in that locker room, but what I hear from from both parties is a disagreement in the contract language. All right, the money was actually right. He asked for 200 mil. They were giving him
By
198.
the way, people for the layer and the basketball zone, make sure to leave a like on the live stream. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Happy Wednesday. Continue on, sir.
They gave him 198 million. Not too far from the 200 mil he was seeking. Rumor has it there was a championship clause, a championship stipulation where within the 3 years he had to win a ring, and if he didn't, he wouldn't have access to the full 200 mil. I initially thought it was what's it called? It was like a minimum amount of games, like it was in the summertime. But it seems to me like they were finding new ways to just piss him off. But I I don't want to say it's Sean Mark's fault because Kyrie is hard to deal with as well. So I think it's just more of a disagreement between the two parties. I just hate that instead of letting them restructure it or change the language, he just shut down and said, "You know what? I feel disrespected. I don't even want to be here anymore." I kind of feel like he could have probably still gotten what he wanted had he, played the long game like hardball, but he kind of ran. He kind of ran, and now he's gonna be with Luca, and they're gonna be this weird hybrid version of the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers.
You think
Christian
so?
Christian Wood is Kevin Love, Luca is LeBron, freaking Hardaway is J.R. Smith. It's gonna Dwight Powell is Tristan Thompson. It's gonna look like that, but it's not gonna be as good. I don't think they don't have the bench that the Cleveland had. Cleveland had role players that knew their role. Dallas is a little thin, and Luca. A lot of people say Luca holds the ball, yada yada yada. I just think,
KD though. What about KD?
well, Katie and Luca are two different animals. Oh,
No,
Katie.
no, no, no.
Let's
In
get back to
regards to the
Katie.
trade,
Let's
yeah.
get
In
back to
regards to
Katie.
the, let's stick on the
All right,
trade, man. Let's
all right,
not run
all right.
away from the trade. The
So,
trade.
as much as I have info on Kyrie, Kevin Durant is an enigma. He's been zero dark 30. He's been silent. All I've gathered from,
He was at that game. He was at their game the
and then
day
he
that the trade
left.
did
He
happen, but he left
left when
quick.
the
He probably
fourth
left
quarter
super
started.
quick.
He left. He left as soon as the fourth quarter started. Wasn't even here for the comeback. So, I've gathered from my net sources in the organization that
Hmm?
Kevin Durant and ownership have been talking about if the franchise, as it stands right now, can still compete for a championship. And what this
That's an interesting question
and
because I
what
don't think Brooklyn thought about that.
hmm and which direction they should go. To me, that's almost an ultimatum, as in make some moves, aka make another one. I'm thinking maybe you move Ben Simmons or maybe you move Joe Harris. I don't really want to part ways with Seth Curry, but we have T.J. Warren. We have a couple pieces. We have four first round picks. Can we talk about that? Four first round picks. We have our own
Yeah, I don't think. You think
2027,
KD's gonna be there for
2028.
that?
It,
Who's we?
the Nets.
Okay, I want. Okay,
So
okay, okay,
let's package all these
okay.
picks
I'm listening. I'm
and
listening.
let's package all these picks. We acquired some from Philly as well, and move Ben Simmons. Get one more player. I think we're one player away. That's all.
Jeez, this is hard to listen to. So you mean to tell me
Yep.
after losing Harden, after losing Kyrie Irving, this is you're
Insert Cam
trying to
Thomas.
convince. You're trying. No, of course, insert. Fine, insert Cam Thomas.
hmm
You're trying to convince Kevin Durant, or you just feel like the Nets still have a chance?
This is me convincing Kevin Durant. Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is a 6'5" guard, big
I thought
body.
you want. I thought honestly, I thought you wanted KD to leave, bro.
In the summertime, I wanted Katie to leave, but there's this guy with a nice beard like mine with some grays in it. He deserves a full season of Kevin Durant. Jacques Vaughn has been perfect. I feel so bad this is
Shout out
happening
to
to
Mile
him.
High. Yes, YouTube is down. Breaking news, but we're live for some reason, so we're gonna continue to go live.
Oh, we staying
You
live. If
yeah,
YouTube's down,
YouTube is down.
come watch us.
Yeah,
We'll keep you busy.
YouTube's having some issues, but just stay here. You'll be fine. Continue. Yeah,
Ricky said, "You sound like a Celtics fan when we sucked." Hey, it's not that bad
yeah.
yet.
I
It's not
don't.
that
Yeah,
bad yet.
I think it's that bad.
It's
Honestly,
not that
Lair,
bad.
I think it's that bad because I feel like like you're trying to make something out of this, meaning like save face with the KD angle, and I feel like far too many times with Kevin Durant, he is left trying to be this white knight or oh, I did nothing wrong and I'm gonna just stay here and be the best that I can. Yay! I don't think that's what I don't think that that's the best move. I think right now this is the moment where Kevin Durant needs to get up and leave. I told you that he's not going to retire a Net. Let's be
No.
honest. The Nets have proven to be a dysfunctional franchise from how they handled Kyrie and the Jewish thing. to bringing on Harden and immediately trading Harden, and now immediately trading Kyrie Irving. It seems like every deadline, each superstar seems to kind of stronghold the Brooklyn Nets
The
into
worst
doing
move,
exactly what they want.
the worst move, and I'm on the record with this one. The worst move the Nets ever made since they had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving was trading for James Harden. We let go of too many assets. We let go of too many good players, including Jared Allen. We already had Claxton, including Jared Allen. We should have kept those guys. Jared Allen, Levert. We gave up way too much. And messed up what was a good team, a good chemistry. We had a bench, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks. We're fourth in the East. We still have a lot of specialists. We have a Seth Curry. We have a T.J. Warren. We have a budding star in Nick Claxton, which thank you for that trade in fantasy. We're not out of the race. Absolutely not. And you know what? I want you guys to keep thinking that. I think we're going to compete. Rose O'Neal was a great pickup. Finney Smith was an elite defender who shoots 40% from three, which is exactly what the doctor ordered. Hello. And Dinwiddie is one of those big point guards who can defend, who can hit the three ball, who can get his own shot. What when we're gonna match up with the Celtics and the Phillies and the Bucks? Drew Holiday 6'4", Malcolm Brogdon 6'4", Derek White is 6'5", Marcus Smart is 6'5". Marcus Smart's damn near 6'6". Like I think we're in a defensively we're in much better shape. We just have to find more mercenaries, more guys to get buckets around KD. And Cam Thomas is a great start.
When you say better shape, do you mean better shape to compete,
To
win a championship?
to compete defensively, absolutely. I think we're a better
And
defensive
and
team.
as a Kevin Durant fan, you think okay, let's just part or like
With
I get
just
your
KD and Kyrie, just KD and Kyrie,
no.
I don't think it would have been enough.
So you're telling me that with Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith
No, not
and
yet.
KD, you're
N-
better?
Not yet. The key is Ben Simmons. The key is
Let's just
mhm.
play off of like everyone's initial thought. Ben Simmons has no value. He won't be traded. This is the like let's. I'm just saying the likelihood of Ben
Okay.
Simmons getting moved at this point is very unlikely. I see this team moving forward as currently constructed, or moving Spencer Dinwiddie. And if they do move forward like that, what like I'm just trying to see why Kevin Durant or why a Kevin Durant fan is still giving the Nets the benefit of the doubt after all this many years.
I don't think you should
You
hightail
don't
out of
want
there.
KD out?
I
You
don't
don't want KD out?
not at the deadline. Not bad at the deadline. This summer
Why
I would be
what
fine this
makes
summer.
okay, what makes Brooklyn so appealing? Why does it seem like you're against KD changing teams right now?
Right now,
He only went there for Kyrie Irving.
Jack Vaughn
He
deserves
only went there for Kyrie Irving.
Jack Vaughn deserves a year.
Just, dude,
One vote.
oh
One
god,
year.
dude,
1 year. We won
why,
18 to
why
2
he?
run. The
Yeah,
best
this is, but
stretch.
this is a year. Now, of course, but this is the one to me after this season. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm definitely vehemently requesting a trade, and I will never put on a Brooklyn Net jersey again.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's where
Absolutely.
I'm at with like, and to me, Kevin Durant right now should be way more concerned with getting healthy and making sure that he's ready for next year than I think anything else. Like that's why I'm like a little bit confused. Like I'm like Cam Thomas is a nice story, and I get he's a nice little band-aid replacement for Kyrie, but long term, past this season, I don't know if KD's up for this.
All I know is this year's not over yet. Give me 100%. This year's not over.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not over, but let's not be drunk, bro. We know what we see in the Nets, and
The
I know what I
cons-
see in the East.
the consensus was always as soon as Kyrie requested a trade, the season was done. We're not even going to make the playoffs. Well, it's all going to crap. I'm completely against that. I actually think Jack Vaughn is a great coach. He's implemented a great system. We
I don't think
can't.
that this is about Jock Vaughn though. Like I feel like you're trying to make it about something that it's not. Like Jock
What is
Vaughn
it
could be a
about?
really good. It's about
Ownership?
the roster. No,
The
no, no. It's
roster?
about yes. You just mentioned
Ownership.
it. Ownership.
Ownership. It
The
is
roster.
ownership.
Everything that's outside of the locker room has not gone right for the Nets, and I do not fully blame Kyrie. I blame the Nets organization. I don't trust the Nets to. You're talking about trading Ben Simmons for necessary pieces. I don't even trust the Nets to evaluate those pieces at this point. They traded for Ben Simmons without getting. I remember before we talked about Tyrese Maxey, we talked about Tobias, we talked about all these extras
All
that,
these good
uh,
players we could have
yeah, that
had.
Brooklyn could have got. I don't know, yo. I don't trust Josiah and his. I don't trust Josiah. I don't, yo. I don't know why you do. I don't know why you want to keep
Oh,
trusting him.
I don't trust him.
So why are you telling
I
why are you telling these people
I
KD needs to
like
lay on the sword?
I like what I see on the court from those
Of
guys.
of
I
course, but
like what I
that's
see on the court from those guys.
that's temporary though. You know that.
Here, right now, I'm in the now. I'm not looking in a
Okay.
year. I'm not looking in this offseason.
Right now.
Right now, Nick Claxton is playing with passion. He's playing with fire. Seth Curry just had his career high last week. Cam Thomas is setting records. I I need Ben Simmons to either get traded or learn how to play basketball again. Even if he gives me rookie year Ben Simmons level of play, he's literally the key to this working out. He's the key for this work to work. He is like because
I don't
We
know.
can ride Kevin Durant. We can ride Kevin Durant. If Ben Simmons plays defense and play makes and just finds the open shooters, I like our chances against anybody. And it was good seeing T.J. Warren yesterday. T.J. Warren had his best second half of the season.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give my perspective.
No, no, no.
Unlike the layer,
Go ahead.
um,
Go ahead.
this trade
From
fully
outside looking
cements.
in, what do you
Yeah,
see?
of course. I
What
mean,
do
of
you
course.
see?
Yeah. From outside looking in, what I see from the Nets is dysfunction. I even see it in their fans now. Like their fans seem to be trying to like swirl this into something like that it's not. The Nets, as you stated, you started off with the draft picks. The Nets are gearing up for a rebuild. If KD wants to be a part of that, I'm pretty sure that they will let him. But I don't think KD will want to be a part of that. And the reason why I don't think that he will, the Nets do not garner any free agents. That's just not going to happen. Kevin Durant himself is not from Brooklyn. He has no allegiance there. I feel like the trade happening with Kyrie this is it. And the rest of this season, this is it for KD. I think this is it for the Nets. In terms of like the Kevin Durant, Kyrie, James Harden saga, I don't think KD is going to be a net next year. And I think that this is like, KD is going to rest up. He's going to take as much time as he needs to before getting ready for the postseason. He's going to put on a show. They're probably going to lose a tough first round series. If they win one series, I'm pretty sure people like you would, you're going to say the season is a success. I still think it's a failure
It's a
because
failure.
KD's not, yeah, he's not playing for championships.
If it's not
Like
the
KD's,
championship, it's a
he's
failure.
not playing for anything. And next year, it's gonna be that all over again. And I think it's time for Kevin Durant to start ring chasing. And I felt like that's what he was doing before when he went to Golden State. And it was no problem with him doing that. LeBron did it, so why can't KD? That's why I don't know why Kevin Durant and even fans like yourself are betting against him to ring chase. He's about to be 35.
I mean, hot take. He could
He's about
force.
to be 35.
Yeah, he's 34. He could force his way to the Warriors right now.
Later, he's gonna be 35, bro. Like that isn't like
I know. Fully aware. He's running out of time.
35-year-old, and you're saying carry the Nets with Cam Thomas?
Have you seen Cam?
No, of course, but I'm saying prime Kevin Durant couldn't even carry prime Russell Westbrook. I'm just saying there were better examples of KD attempting to carry and it not working out, or him blowing out his leg, or him blowing like. I don't see KD as a carrier, and I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster.
he could force his way to Golden State right now. Golden State said they're open to trade their young assets. Keyword, wink, wink. Um, for a rebuilding team that the Nets should absolutely call, because I'm sure they would give up Wiseman, Moody, and like 4 picks for Kevin
Yeah, I
Durant.
mean,
I'm sure
that's
that
just
would
the
happen.
outlook. That's like the
But
outlook that I would love to see with KD. I know you're probably not gonna
personally, I
agree.
I
Like I don't know
don't
why, but
I don't want it until the offseason. I don't want to even visit that. I don't run from this fight. Let's go. There's halfway. We're the fourth team in the East. We were playing great basketball. Get back on the court. Let's do this. That's just me. That's just me.
well, let's get off your nets. Let's kind of shift the gears a little bit. To the highlight to me of what we were gonna discuss. Russell Westbrook. You want to go there?
Russ, 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 Russ. So what's the word through the grapevine on Russ right now? The latest trade.
So I wanted to. The reason why I
Rumors.
wanted to talk about Russ was obviously LeBron James just passed Kareem and all that jazz and whatnot. But the reason why I wanted to talk about Russ because it does look like a team has decided to step up as a suitor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Please
pretty
do
sure you saw
continue.
the reports.
Of course. But
The
I'd like to hear
Minnesota
it from you.
Timberwolves have decided to step up, and they are offering D'Angelo Russell, which I find pretty ironic, given the fact that he was a Laker previously,
Mm-hmm.
kind of labeled as a snitch in his last tenure in LA. So I do find that one kind of funny, but the fact that Minnesota steps up as a potential suitor for the trade with the Lakers and offering D'Lo, I think it's pretty cool. LeBron to me deserves a little bit more in LA. I do feel like the Lakers have dropped the ball as far as roster management,
Mm-hmm.
and they've looked to blame LeBron, which I think is kind of weird. They've looked to blame LeBron for the roster, but I feel like the Lakers need some good news, and I hope that the deal for Russ gets made. D'Lo would be a really good addition, and at the same time, I do feel like Russell Westbrook to Minnesota could help the development of a guy like Anthony Edwards better than
So actually,
D'Angelo
actually,
Russell.
per Shams, let me correct the Zen a little bit. This is what a co-host is supposed to do. It would be a three-team trade. Russ would
Hmm.
actually land in Utah. Mike Conley would land in Minnesota, and obviously D'Lo would land in LA.
Gotcha.
Um,
If Russ was to land in Utah, he probably won't play a minute.
oh, buyout,
Um,
buyout, instant buyout,
yeah,
instant buyout.
and I mean Mike Conley. See,
Conley in
I guess
Minnesota. I don't know
this
if
is
that
where
helps Minnesota.
that's what I was gonna say. I guess this is where I even hey, you want to correct me? I disagree with the correction. I think Russ is a better addition on Minnesota than Mike Conley. Like, and
mm.
if I'm Minnesota, you would want to get that edginess out of Anthony Edwards with a Russell Westbrook rather than bring in kind of like a status quo point guard who's only going to take away the usage rate of Anthony Edwards. Um,
Maybe it's just me, but just seeing a lineup that has Gobert and Russell Westbrook, I just see the floor shrinking. And I would know about such lineups because I run Ben Simmons and Claxton all the time. It's just nasty.
yeah.
It's just
But I
nasty.
would say with a team like Minnesota, though, they're already not like the Nets. The Nets have expectations. Having Ben Simmons out there is just embarrassing. But a team like Minnesota, there's no expectation. It's almost like having Pat Bev, I guess, like as your term. Like
Yeah.
it's just like an
Hey,
emotional thing.
I want some respect for Pat Bev's name, all right? He took his 3-point field goal percentage in November. That was 27 all the way up to a 39 in January and February. Can we give Pat some respect? And apparently he was shooting the three ball very well in Minnesota.
What the hell? Whoever questioned Pat Beverly's three ball?
Like people talk about Pat Bev like he's
Oh
a
my god.
scrub. He's not a scrub. Pat Bev is actually a
Yeah, well,
solid player.
players have ebbs and flows, man. He's an NBA player. He's gonna shoot well. He's gonna shoot bad sometimes, but he's definitely a role player.
For sure,
Um,
for sure.
he's not. Let's just say this: he's not on the court for his shooting, and he's definitely gonna get traded because of his, like not because of his shooting. And two, the Lakers have been playing him a lot more because they are looking to dangle him I read earlier this week they were looking at dangle him in some potential deals with Russell Westbrook. So that Pat Bev could probably be seeing the light to kind of leave LA too.
Well, I was still on the Russ topic. I'm kind of sad for him.
Why? Why is that?
I feel like he was brought to LA with all these expectations, and he didn't even ask to come here. Like LeBron called him.
No, he asked.
LeBron made him come here though, because
No,
it was
Russ
supposed to
Russ
be
asked LeBron.
DeRozan. It was supposed to be DeRozan
Russ
and Buddy
asked
Hield.
LeBron. Russ asked LeBron.
Management did not want Russ.
Management didn't want Russ. It was Russ and LeBron who came together, and Russ
So,
actually went to like I think it was like some LA event, but
you know,
but you know them. They get outside of the court and they have fun, and then they play basketball. And it's like, why am I playing with them? Like I know that's how it is,
to
but
have
I know for sure Russ hit up LeBron.
to have the greatest of all time tweet, maybe it's me, and then to see just Russ being dangled all week long after that, it's just like that's kind of messed up, man. If I was Russ, I would have requested a trade.
What? I'm
Hmm.
I'm that's backwards. No team wants Russ. One, I feel like everyone knows that, including Russ. And two, aren't the Lakers supposed to be trading Russell Westbrook? That's what they were supposed to be doing.
I feel bad for the kid, man.
I don't feel
They
bad for
they
Russ.
told him
Russ,
to come off the bench. He didn't want to at first. Now he's doing it. He's being the perfect toy soldier. And
do you think he should be starting?
they still. I don't think he should be on that team. Period. But it's a whole different discussion. It happened. He's there. Might
But
as well let him
he
start.
asked to be there.
He's there. Him and LeBron and Anthony Davis agreed that he should be here. He should start.
So why? Okay, you're making perfect sense right now. So why do you feel bad for him? He
Be-
asked to be there.
because now he's getting dangled like the pariah, like he's everything that's wrong with LA when it's not just him.
How about this? He
Not
wants
just
to
him.
be dangled.
I don't know if he wants to be dangled.
I definitely think so. I think Russ would like to stay in LA, but I do
He's
think
from
that
there.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like that pairing with LeBron. Like they don't. I don't think he likes that. Like I think
I
he
know
likes
LeBron
playing with
doesn't.
LeBron as a friend. Yeah, I think he likes LeBron as a friend, and I think if LeBron was, I hate to say it, okay with losing, it
Hmm.
would work. But LeBron's not okay with losing.
Hmm.
Russ, I think, is more okay with losing. He's okay with like, yo, we gave it our best, and
Let's have fun.
yeah, I don't get that. Feel bad for Russ. The only reason why I feel bad for Russ, when the Lakers went to hire a coach, I think they picked the wrong guy. I think they needed more of a stickler, like an old guy, to kind of yell at Russ, to kind of force Russ to conform.
I think Mark Jackson would have done a great job with that
Mark
too.
Jackson, that's it. That's a great example.
But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, like I mean, Mark Jackson to me would have been a better coach. He would have gotten Russ's faith. He would have motivated him. He would have challenged him on the defensive end. Freaking Darvin Hamburger. I don't know what he's eating on the sideline, but he definitely sure isn't talking to Russ about anything. It seems like.
In the world of
Um,
Mornell, the ham has expired in LA, man. They gotta get rid of that ham.
yeah, I've always felt I knew Darvin Ham wasn't going to be anything crazy. He was. I don't even think he had any what's it called, coaching experience previously,
I don't.
which
Yeah, I don't
a
think he
lot of
did.
NBA coaches seem to get hired like that. But hey, welcome to 2023.
Hey, so now time to shift gears a little. What about your Celtics? I saw that
What about him?
they were dangling your guy Danilo and poor Peyton Pritchard.
Makes sense. Makes
And
sense.
even Grant Williams has been floated about. Trade
Yeah.
candidate. What are
All
you guys looking for? What do you
all
need? Number one in the NBA. What do you need?
I'm trying to answer. All of the all of the deals you mentioned, yeah, I mean I definitely agree with them. The Grant Williams one, I kind of saw that one coming when we signed Gallinari,
Okay.
and this is like Grant Williams last year for his restricted free agency. But yeah, how do I feel personally? I mean, I think it's a good thing. I mean, it shows me that even though we're number one in the league, we're still trying to be better. And Grant Williams, for one, is definitely replaceable. I'm not really
Oh,
worried about
that's
that.
for sure. That's for sure.
Peyton Pritchard. again, replaceable. Gallinari, definitely a good talent, but we haven't seen him play. And at the same time, what we're trying to
Replaceable.
get back, yeah, what we're trying to get back is an area of our team that we need, like Kelly Olynyk, a guy who's like gonna back up Robert Williams and Al Horford. Like we still need to get a little bit bigger on the back end. Luke Cornett is freaking awesome,
Wait a minute.
but let's stop drinking the tea and know that we need another backup big, and that's why I'm not too upset about them dangling Robert Williams. So
2 days ago, 2 days ago, there must be some master group chat for all Celtics fans because 2 days ago I had another diehard Celtic fan say to me, "Oh, we're probably gonna try to get Kelly Olynyk with Danilo Gallinari or Grant
hmm
Williams." Is there a subscription I gotta get to this Celtics newspaper? Is it like a hidden cult? And
nah,
you
that's the
guys are
reports.
on the same
Nah, Celtics are
page?
very. Nah, it's just that when the Celtics or like I don't know if you're familiar with Boston,
Yeah.
but the
Not at
Celtics,
all. Not at all.
yeah, nah, they're not. That's why I say like some of these reports when they come out of ESPN, they're easy to refute because
Mhm.
the management team is so open
Mhm. Mhm.
with the public in regards to players that they want. So like all of the reports for Kelly Olynyk, Grant, remember they were talking about Grant Williams' extension at the beginning of the year. Think about it. All of it has come true. Grant Williams is now telling the Celtics he thinks he's worth 18 to 20 million dollars
And
after this season.
and then I saw his minutes dwindle.
Yeah, and then all of I was literally about to say
Hauser,
that. And
Hauser.
all of a sudden, why is Sam Hauser coming off the bench a
I was
little
like,
bit
hey,
more? So
who's Hauser? Who's Cormet? What do you? Where's Grant?
yeah, but Boston, we're not. I don't think we play these games of like trying to play the media game. I think it's pretty direct in regards to when we're shopping players. Like we'll just say, we're dangling people out. But yeah, we're doing our job.
So
And those
now
guys you mentioned, I don't have a problem with moving them.
you're forcing me to ask the same question of you that I asked him. All right.
hmm
I know you love your team, the way you're constructed, number one in the East, yada yada yada. Jalen Brown for Kevin Durant, straight up, right now. Do you do it?
I would decline
Mm,
for the same reasons that you mentioned why as a Kevin Durant fan you want him to stay in Brooklyn. That's
yep.
why I don't want Kevin Durant because I feel like Kevin Durant is no longer a winner and even his fans understand that. Someone like you would much rather see him fight than go
Yes.
chase a ring,
We
which
already
is
got
weird.
two rings.
I
All
of
right.
course, and that to me is not the mentality Boston needs. To me, we need desperation. We need people who want to win rather than are like trying to play the media game, play chess. But nah, I would decline
My counter would
immediately
be,
decline.
my counter
Dude,
would
Kevin
be,
Durant to me is it. I'm questioning Kevin Durant's want to be back in the
do
finals.
you win a
That's where I'm at
championship?
with KD.
Do you win a championship with KD? With your roster as is with
I
KD?
don't think so. No, I don't.
What?
Because the reason why is, yeah, one, injury. Two, I do feel like Kevin Durant, like, it's obvious he's not as hungry. It is not the same Kevin Durant. Not to say that it's the Achilles or the ACL. It's nothing to do with injuries. It's more so to do with him aging. He's a different guy now.
Have you
This is the
seen him play?
same guy
Have
who
you seen him
I'm
play
just
this
saying.
year?
No, I'm saying on the court. That's why I just said not on the court. I'm talking
Okay, okay,
about
okay.
his mentality. Like the reason, like right now, think about his team. He's not requesting a trade. He's just chilling. Like he's
He's rehabbing.
okay.
He's
No,
rehabbing.
of course. But I'm just saying the way he moves, it's not the same as the Celtics. When you talk to Jaylen Brown, when you talk to Kevin, when you listen, I should say, not when you talk to them, but when you listen to them talk,
Hmm.
like it's much different. Kevin Durant seems to be at peace with basketball and wanting to give back to the game. That's what it seems like.
But he,
Like that's why I think he's perfect on teams with established resumes at winning championships. Or wanting to win one.
but the
The
way you're
Celtics,
constructed, the way you're constructed is almost like the that Warriors team you won with. Like it's very stable. You have a system. You have a
but we're
coach.
not we're not as deep as the Warriors were. Sorry to say that. we're not as because think about it on the flip side. Once we give up, whoever we give up to get Kevin Durant, who do we have? What does our roster look like?
So you'd be Tatum, Durant, Smart,
No, where
Horford.
you already know the Nets want Smart. You already like these are the things you're trying to like play around.
No,
But
no, no,
we,
no, 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 no. At that point, if Kevin Durant asked for a trade himself before the deadline, the Nets would have to take a low ball.
yeah, but I don't think it would come from Boston. You just watch Joe Tsai purposely not trade Kyrie to the Lakers. Why would
Yeah,
he trade
well,
Kevin Durant to a divisional rival?
I think for one,
Okay, you're
bringing
gonna try
Westbrook.
to spin
No,
this.
no, 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 no. Bringing
A
Westbrook to
divisional
the.
rival versus the Lakers.
Bringing Westbrook to the Nets. Are you asking for Kevin Durant to leave tomorrow?
No, 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 no. I said Kyrie. Kyrie could have been traded to the Lakers. Joe Tsai, your vindictive GM, didn't want to trade him. I'm asking you, why would Josiah then agree to trade Kevin Durant to the Celtics? That would make no sense. A divisional rival. He
Yeah.
didn't want to trade Kyrie to the Lakers for competitive reasons, and he didn't want to give Kyrie what he wanted.
I don't think it was
He's
for
just gonna
competitive
give Kevin
reasons.
Durant.
I,
No, of course, but I'm just
yeah.
saying. Think about you're thinking about this trade from like a candy store aspect. I'm trying to be real. Josiah's not trading KD to the Celtics.
Even for picks, because I know you guys still got picks.
Even for picks. I mean, the Celtics would have to give Josiah one of those crazy AD deals.
Jaylen Brown
Marcus
and a
Smart,
bunch of
Jalen Brown,
no, no,
pick.
no.
Yes, I'm telling you, bro. You're to me, you see KD as this layaway athlete. I don't think people view him like that. And I don't think the Nets view him like that.
Hey, he's on contract for 3 years, so whoever gets him, you know, they'll get that.
Yeah, and yo, why don't you be honest? You just want Kevin Durant to be a Celtic.
Oh no, no, no! I was just asking you how you
No,
feel.
I'm asking,
You're the
but
first Celtics fan who said no. Most of
okay,
them
but I'm
said
asking
ship him.
you, do you want Kevin Durant to be a Celtic?
Personally, I want him to stay in Brooklyn, and my second best option of where I would like to see him play would be on the Suns.
Be on the Suns,
Hmm.
gotcha. But yeah, Boston in particular, I think KD would love it,
It would be cool.
but he wouldn't. It's just weird how people like make these
I
trades
mean,
because
he
these
came to
players
Boston.
don't like, of course, but they don't like it doesn't even fit.
He
Like
didn't want to be
K
here.
he exactly. I'm like, dude, we're like forgetting like there's so many layers to this, but I can't see it happening. I wouldn't even want to make the trade happen. Jalen Brown fits the city a hell of a lot more than Kevin Durant. Like I don't even know what Kevin Durant gives to Boston.
He came the casket flagon. He met up with Brad Stevens, and then 4 days later he signed with the Warriors. So that was the closest Kevin Durant ever came to coming to Boston.
Yeah, and dude, I love me some KD, but I think he deserves better than not better than the Celtics, but more stability
the
than what the
way
Celtics can
the way the
provide.
Warriors are looking, I would not be surprised if they're not on the phone right now, dangling all these young
They
players.
should be. They definitely should be.
Dangling. All right. How about this one? Fred Van Fleet is being dangled around. Where do you think he could go?
Raptors, Fred Van Fleet. There's a lot of places he can go.
So I was thinking about the Suns and Aiton. Like, aren't they still trying to move Aiton and
I've
Chris
heard, I heard
Paul
the Clippers, Clippers,
and Chris
Clippers.
Paul? Ooh, Clippers.
I've heard the Clippers
Ooh,
reportedly interested in Fred Van
I
Fleet.
like that. I like that.
John Wall, possibly what's his name, Terrence Mann as well.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay, okay,
I
okay.
like Fred Van. To me, is it time for Toronto to rebuild?
A little bit, cause I mean, Siakam's not old. Neither is OG. I like OG. But they know they don't have enough, to win it all. So where do you go from here when you're middle of the pack? Like they're literally like a 6 seed on in any conference, 6 to 7 seed in any conference. Where yeah, you're good enough to be a playoff team. No, you're not good enough to win a ring. Probably not even good enough to win one series in the playoffs. As an owner, that's kind of one of the worst spots to be stuck in, no? Where you're like, hey, how do we improve? Where do we go from here? So I think they should move Van Fleet, maybe to
Yeah,
the
it's one of the
best
toughest spots.
best suitors, more assets. Maybe you do try to get a Chris Paul in there, Mr. Franchise turnaround guy. Chris Paul was almost on the Nets for
Yeah, I
Kyrie.
like I like where the Raptors are. I'm not too. I like where they are, but at the same time, I don't think it's that bad the position they're in with Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Like I still think that they have like like they're in a good spot. I think
They need a lot. I think they need a lot. Um, they need a superstar. They need a star. Like Siakam's a
Raptors.
budding guy, but like, yeah, I feel like Siakam right now at his level of talent, he's a third option on a championship team right now. I don't even think he's a 1-2 punch. He's a second. He's not a Robin. Not yet.
Yeah, no, I mean not everybody's meant to be a Robin
Which he's a
or
solid
that
player.
good.
Siakam is really all star caliber, like lower tier all star caliber, for sure. Van Fleet too. I like Van Fleet's game. Very good player. So
Yeah, I
maybe
think the
I'd like
Raptors
to
to
see
me
him in
have so
Phoenix.
much. They have so much to offer a team or any team if they wanted to
Hmm.
with Fred VanVleet, Siakam,
I
Anunoby,
I
Gary
love
Trent
Anunoby.
Jr.,
Oh, I forgot about Trent. Trent's a
bullshit,
Trent's a good
bullshit.
player. Boucher's a good big. Trent is a very good player. Like he's real solid. I actually got to sit down and watch him for a few games, and I realized like that's a 20-point scorer who can D up. A lot of teams could use his services, but
Yeah,
20 20.
again, the Raptors have a lot of capital that they can give up. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
and get back a lot of players who can definitely help. I've never thought that Toronto was, looking for like one of those I guess you call it like those top tier players.
Mm-hmm.
Lucked out with Kawhi one year, of course, but I feel like some teams are just geared to being teams rather than chasing like the KDs as we talked about or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
grabbing a Tatum. Some teams are just better off being teams, and I feel like the Raptors are one of those teams. I just think they have to figure out what direction they're going in. Like, do they want to keep Fred and be more perimeter based, looking for a better big, or do you want to keep Siakam and try to be, a up tempo, or I guess you have to be up tempo with Siakam, but up tempo, but with a different or better point guard at the quarterback position because I do think that a change is needed in Toronto. They're not,
Hey,
Toronto's not gonna luck out and get to the finals like we thought they were
hey,
with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Like it's just not the same roster, and I do think that some type of change
with what
it
they
has
have,
to happen, and if it's not going to happen now, I mean,
with
what
what
off
they have
season?
right now, do you think getting Chris Paul would be a good? That's one of the rumors.
I would have to see Chris Paul's willingness to want to play in Toronto. I know Canada's like a tough place to be,
Mm-hmm.
especially for like established like superstars like Chris Paul, already in the NBA for so many years, played in LA, New Orleans,
He
Oklahoma City, Houston. He's
he's
played a
brought
lot of
he's
places.
brought winning to every single one of those places. So that's what I love
Of
about him.
course.
That's what I love about him. No
Yeah, and
ring, but
I was shocked. I hate to go backwards like with the previous conversations, but I
mm-hmm,
was shocked that the Nets. That's when I kind of knew the Nets weren't trying to win and they were looking for like rebuilding assets.
mm-hmm,
Was when they didn't pull that trigger on Chris Paul trade with the Suns for
mm-hmm,
Kyrie.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just felt like that would have been the
Because
perfect
Dinwiddie is
deal.
what? Dinwiddie, I think, is 29. It's not
Like he's
really.
not that he's not that young.
He's not that
And at the same
young.
time, he's not that much of like a revolutionary
Mm,
talent,
he's
you know?
not. At least with Chris Paul, there's the intrigue of, hey, he might bring his winning ways.
Yeah. Could
Uh,
you imagine CP3, KD, and you talk about Cam Thomas, CP3 and Cam Thomas's ear? yo, you gonna kill him
Mm,
tonight. Yo, you gonna kill him tonight. Yo, work
mm,
off KD. I'm gonna get you involved in
mm.
the second quarter.
The next
Yo,
Devin
to
Booker.
me,
He'd be the
that's
next
why
Devin Booker.
exactly. That's why I'm like, I never understood why the Nets didn't want to make that trade. And then I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? I just don't think the Nets are trying to win.
And it's funny
Like,
because
I don't think they're trying to win.
I'm always complaining that we need a facilitator, a pure passer, which is what Ben Simmons is supposed to do. Chris Paul solved that issue instantly. Because we have all these shooters. They just need the ball in good situations. And of course, Chris Paul with Kevin Durant is going to kill. Remember when I wanted that? When Chris Paul was still in his prime and Westbrook was entering his, and Sam Presti had the opportunity and said, no, Westbrook's our guy. I still look back to that day like, wow, he could have had CP3, prime CP3 in OKC. That would have been a sight to behold.
Yeah, that's why to me, like I talked about it. I hate to freaking link my own video, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I talked about it in my previous LeBron James video, in regards to NBA players versus management. And
Hmm.
dude, Kevin Durant literally fits right into that mold of players who rests all of his like career weight on management right now.
He too much
That's why when he
trust.
too much trust. Like that's why I loved when he went to
Golden
Golden
State.
State.
That's the
I
only
was like,
time
bro,
he took control of the situation.
yeah, yeah,
That's the only time. I mean, he almost went to Houston with Harden. That would have been all right. That would have been all right. I don't think Chris Paul was
yeah,
there
and
yet.
that's like why that's like reasons like that kind of make me like a little bit, it just leaves me a little bit soft in regards to KD. Like that's why I look at him, I'm like, dude, just
There's
do what you're
more than
supposed to
there's
do.
more than just putting the ball in the hole, huh?
Yeah, and not even just more with putting the ball in the hole, but learn to be the villain and hated because people aren't gonna like you because you're winning. They're not supposed to. My last video, I was gonna call it the final act for LeBron because I feel like he's starting to get it. When you become if you're trying to become the greatest of all time, you're the villain in the league. It's you.
You're
People
the
talk
bad
about,
guy.
yeah, you're the bad guy. People talk about like, oh, like the Warriors are this super team, blah 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 blah. I don't think so, man. I think this narrative was shaped up for guys like Kevin Durant and LeBron James to take control and become goats better than Jordan. LeBron James is trying to do that. I'm waiting for KD, man.
He still has time. I think KD's another one that's gonna
35.
play. I think Kevin Durant's another athlete that's gonna be able to play until he's 39, 40 years old. Just the way he's evolving his game, it's less drives to the basket, more pull-ups, more fades, a la Dirk Nowitzki, more just stare straight on threes, couple handles, two or three dribbles, one dribble, move, pull up, and he's super accurate. And it, of course, it helps that he's basically 7 feet tall. But I think in the long run, that's gonna help him. I do think his defense is gonna deteriorate first, and that's not gonna be pretty. But I do think Kevin Durant is gonna play for a very long time. I think we still got another 4 to 5 seasons out of him,
Yeah, I'm not too
as long as no
worried.
crazy injury happens. But
Yeah, yeah,
knock
yeah. I'm
on
not
wood.
too worried about stuff like that because I think like guys like Kevin Durant, LeBron, let's call it what it is,
They
man.
love
They're
the
freaking,
game.
they're freaking hoopers. Like
Yeah,
this ain't
yeah,
like
yeah,
we're not talking about guys who
yeah. We're
like are,
fortunate. Ben
yeah, we're not
Simmons.
talking about guys who come here to cash a check and barely want to work out. Like, but yeah, Kevin Durant's a hooper. I surmise he'll be able to play, but the big question, Layer, dude, where, and for
Where?
and for what is he playing for respect, street cred, or rings?
I think Brooklyn will be a lesson. You know, knock on wood, if everything ends bad, Katie will go straight to a championship contender. Mark my word. I think either Suns, Miami, and do not take Golden State out of the picture.
Yeah, no, I certainly will not take Golden State out of the picture. By the way, appreciate you guys stopping by. This is the Layer and the Basketballs in. Take a peek at the Layers channel. We're currently live talking NBA trade deadline. Ricky Dyson, what is good, bro? What is good?
The
But yeah,
Rick
we're just chilling.
Show. The Rick Show.
Yeah,
We are just
we're
chilling, man.
we're just chilling.
Blake
Celtics
Griffin just hit a three.
are
Turn
up
up.
by one.
Good to see
Blake, yo,
Blake
Blake, he
balling.
hit a three.
Good to see
Yeah,
Blake balling, man. Good to see Blake balling.
that's what I like to fucking see.
Do the Suns move Aiton, man? Do they move DeAndre?
I hope they do.
I
He's been
mean,
playing well, building up his trade value.
he just looked like Wilt Chamberlain the other night against Brooklyn. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. Yeah, they
Yo,
should.
he's been playing well. I'd say they should. That
They
was the
should.
deal that I felt like Brooklyn could have shiesty the Suns, man. You talk about perfect fits.
I think it almost
Aiton,
went down, but something about
Aiton,
Ben Simmons' contract and Aiton's
you
contract could be.
freaking dangle Kyrie's behind to the Phoenix Suns, dude. Give them, and I would have gave them everybody else but KD. Give me Aiton and Chris Paul. You can take anybody on the roster. Take anybody on the roster. We got a big, we got a facilitator, and we got our scorer. We're good. You could have taken anybody.
I would have loved that
Don't
team.
don't take Cam Thomas either. I would have kept Cam Thomas. You would have had Uter at the 4. You could have had Morris at the 4 if you don't give away Morris.
Hmm
Still flexible with T.J. Warren. I don't know. I'm just like you say. Who am I? As a layer would say, I'm just a guy.
So I think there's a CBA rule, right, where a bylaw of because of the
Oh yeah, I think it was
contract.
Claxton restricted free agency.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
where
amount. Yeah,
Aiton couldn't be there or something like that.
they would
I
have
mean,
had to trade.
if
Yeah,
it
they would have
takes
had to trade Claxton.
if it
Like,
takes moving Claxton, who has at the
yeah,
highest value he's
you would
ever
have
been,
did it.
you do it. You do that.
Heck,
I'm so sorry,
yes.
Nick. I love you. I love Claxton. You move him. He looked like a mouse against Aiden the other night. It was literally a mouse versus a rat. There's nothing Claxton could do. And he tried. Claxton had a good game. It was just every time Aiton had the ball, Claxton couldn't stop him. Literally. And we made a furious comeback. Shout out to Cam Thomas, another 40-point performance. But Aiton
Shout
was
out to Cam.
king. DeAndre Ayton was king. He was feasting at the rim. Feasting. I'd love to have that guy. Anywho, they should release
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I mean, I love Aiton. I just don't think that Phoenix is like Aiton's not a good fit for teams that are looking to run and gun. He gets in the way. I feel like he's a good playoff big. I don't want to say perfect, but he's a
Yeah.
good playoff big, and he would have been. He would have been. It would have been nice to pair him with Kevin Durant
Oh
because
yeah.
you could at least gotten a lot of switches with KD.
Switches, half court. Katie
Switches, yeah,
throwing him a lob. Katie's throwing lobs to Claxton. Imagine lobs to Aiton. Ugh. What is so much, and it's so long defensively, like a switch where you switch Aiton and then oh, it's Kevin Durant on you. Like damn, went from tall to
yeah.
taller.
And even now, we sit here talk about the Nets, talk about Aiton. Like it has me so curious to think what the Nets are gonna do. Are they gonna move Spencer Dinwiddie?
There's 24
How
hours left, man.
right? Is it
24
re-
hours
is
left.
Ben Simmons' value really that bad?
So
And three, if he gets traded, I wonder what it's for. How many
Dinwiddie,
bag of chips? How many bag of chips?
Dinwiddie for Van Fleet almost went down, right? But apparently, someone in management in Toronto said, "Hey, why would we help them now and make Kevin Durant stay there versus watch them struggle and get Kevin Durant for easier price in the
Yep.
summertime?"
Yeah.
And
And
all conversation stopped with the
how
Raptors.
does that? I know I get very excited talking the game of basketball with you,
Uh
but I do want to hear your perspective.
huh.
Kevin Durant signs with the Raptors.
What did it cost to get Kevin Durant?
No, Kevin Durant. Oh, he can't sign. He's
He
under
can't. He's
contract.
under
How
contract for
about
3 years.
he's traded the cost of getting Kevin Durant? The Raptors give up OG, of
Mhm.
course.
Mhm.
They give up
Because they wanted Scotty Barnes last summer. They wanted Scotty Barnes and picks, and Sean Marks said no. No, no, no. Sean Marks asked for
Masai.
Scotty Barnes. Joe
Yeah,
Tsai
Masai.
asked for Scotty Barnes and the
Masai
picks,
Ujiri said no.
and Raptors said no. Raptors said no.
Yeah, if I'm the Raptors, this might sound crazy,
They want
bro.
to keep Scotty apparently.
This might sound crazy. I'm trading Pascal Siakam,
Oh,
and I'll keep Scotty Barnes, and I'll try to keep OG and Fred, and tell them, yo, we gave you Scotty, bro.
we'll give you
What else you?
Pascal. You'd have to give Trent too,
No,
probably.
sorry, not Scotty. Yeah, we gave you Pascal. Like you could take Boucher. You could take Boucher. You could take the that backup point guard. I forgot his name.
That backup Flynn Malachi,
You could take Malachi
Malachi
Flynn.
Flynn, and
But
all your
if you're,
picks. Give me all your
but
picks too.
honestly, OG, Gary Trent, and I'll trade Siakam too, bro. And if you left me with Scotty Barnes, KD, and Fred Van Fleet, I'm good with that.
You like that?
I'm good with that
I have
because
to warm up to it.
to me, the thing with KD is it's he needs help. Like
Help
Spencer
me.
Dinwiddie is not help. He just played with Luca. We saw what his help was like. He's
well,
not help.
well, can we talk about Luca a little bit?
Yeah, of course, of course. I got my NBA trade deadline wallpaper
So
up, so all topics are open.
from
NBA games are happening. We're
I
not
used to
restricted.
think, I used to think because of how ball dominant Luca is, that Jalen Brunson was just a 15-4 guy. 15 points, 4 assists, can give you some buckets in the clutch, but nothing more. And then he got to New York, and he got to have the ball, and I see an all-star point guard. And
Wait,
I'm just
who?
Jalen Brunson. So now I'm looking at Luca like, bro, do you dim the shine of other people because you just send them to a corner and they just have to wait for it? Like they just become these spot up guys. Like I think this is the Doc Collins Jordan led team where yeah, Jordan has all the awards and he's getting all the MVPs. He's not winning playoff games. He's not winning. He's not playing championship winning
Luca,
basketball.
Luca, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, Luca, man. I think he needs his Phil. He needs his Phil Jackson. And I don't think Jason Kidd's the answer either. Jason Kidd lets Luca do whatever Luca wants to do. I think Luca needs to learn how to not have the ball in his hand for 4 quarters. Get more out of his teammates because the 15 assists is cute, but you're not maximizing your teammates' skills and skill sets. So I do think Dinwiddie is gonna look better in Brooklyn.
Think he's gonna look, but I'll
Uh,
honestly, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that because, yo, truth be told, the last time he was in Brooklyn, dude was balling,
oh
and
yeah, he
that's pretty
was.
much
He
what
was
got that.
balling.
That's
He
pretty
was
much what
balling.
literally got him traded was he was balling.
He's balling out.
They
No, he
literally
asked
plucked
for
him out the
money. He
roster.
asked for a max
He asked for
contract.
money. He asked for money. He asked for money. He said, "Yo, pay me because I'm balling." They said,
I'm
"Nah."
balling
Yo,
out.
in typical Brooklyn's fashion, nah.
Nah, we're not gonna pay you.
Bro, you right now I'm starting to even question if Brooklyn's gonna re-sign Cam Thomas when the time comes.
Don't make that mistake.
Dude, I'm just saying, man, I don't have a lot of patience with that organization.
Listen,
I
they,
do not. Dude, this is the same, and I know you probably
Joe
forgot.
Tsai count your
This is
days.
you forgot. This is the same organization that traded for the Big Three in Boston and also traded for
Yo,
Deron Williams from Utah.
they got fleeced. They got
They
finessed.
they've been fleeced
They got
all the time.
finessed. They got
All the
finessed.
time. They've been
Idiots.
finessed left and right. That's why I'm like, bro,
Idiots.
get out
Idiots.
of there, KD.
Idiots.
Get
Idiots.
out of there.
Although I'm looking at Katie sideways for even forcing them to make that freaking Harden trade and forcing
Mm-hmm.
them to sign DeAndre Jordan and let Jared Allen go. All right. Then again, maybe DeAndre Jordan was whispering in Katie's ears, whispering sweet nothings about being good in Katie's ear. But he did that. That's $20 million wasted on DeAndre Jordan. Okay, $20 million wasted.
Got a question for you. This one was from my chat earlier in the night.
Okay,
Appreciate the comment coming from Mile High out in Denver. Bones Highland, a popular trade candidate, averaging about like 12 points per
love
game.
Bones.
I wanted to ask where, if he's traded, where do you think he's going to go? And two, what do you think the Denver Nuggets are even looking for at the trade
It's a
deadline?
great question. What does Jokic need?
What does he need? What does the organization need? Shoot.
First of all, I'm on the record. Is this working? Is this live? Jokic is the best player in the NBA.
In this NBA,
I'll
yes.
say it again.
This year, yep. Yep.
I believe this since last year.
Yeah, yep,
Jokic
yep.
is
Every
the
year he's won
best
the MVP. Yep.
basketball player in the NBA. He actually elevates his teammates. He's the reverse Luca. He does the same thing but better.
And bigger.
And yeah, literally. Like he doesn't hold it as long. Everybody eats. You get the ball where you want it, where you need it. Even sometimes Bruce Brown got there and he said, "Sometimes I would get the ball and I didn't even know I was open. Like you're wide open." He literally helps you eat while he still gets his 20 points. This is unheard of. He improved his defense. What does Denver need? I love Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is every week he looks better. He looks stronger. He looks faster. They need a Jeremy Grant type player. They need size. I like what KCP's doing. I think they need another 3 and D wing. They don't need much. They don't need much. What do you think they need? What do you think they go after?
Well, Jeremy Grant was already with Denver, so
Yes, he
that
asked for
maybe
money.
yeah,
He asked for money, and
buddy,
they
yeah.
chose to pay Michael Porter Jr., who then proceeded to be injured for the next 2 years.
So what I'm gonna say they need, I mean, I told Mile High. By the way, the commenter who gave that comment or subscriber who gave that comment, appreciate you, Mile High. The reason why I don't even want to move Bones.
I
I feel
like Bones. He's a
I
speed
like
demon.
Bones, but I do know that he wants minutes, and Jamal Murray's back.
Yep.
So it is kind of a tough situation, but to be honest with you, if I'm in pursuit of a championship, usually these are like those I call them glue years. Like remember
Hmm.
Harrison Barnes when he won it with the Warriors? You have a player who feels like they're worth more, but instead of trading them,
Wait,
you
wait.
keep them.
I thought they won after the moves from Barnes.
No, they won the same year that Harrison. So they won versus Cleveland. We went to Vegas. Cleveland lost in six because Kyrie and Kevin Love were out.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah, and then they traded Harris.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
they
they
didn't
traded
trade
Harris.
him. They didn't trade him. He became a free agent,
Yeah, yeah. They
and
didn't
he ended up
resign him.
signing. Yeah, he ended up going to Dallas.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see the Bones situation going. Like, just keep him on your roster. He might be a little bit disgruntled, but you're looking to make a deep playoff run, and sometimes sacrifices like that have to be made. If they do want to make an upgrade, though, like you said, to answer your question, what do I think they need? You need exactly what Bones is. You need another six man. You need somebody who's going to come off the bench, but kind of embrace that role a little bit more than Bones does. If the Raptors are looking to move Fred Van Fleet, you can look for Bones to potentially be a guy that the Raptors are looking for. Eyeing Gary Trent, maybe OG Ananobi, guys who are willing to play that role off the bench is
Off the
who,
bench.
yeah, I would go for from Denver.
OG would be perfect.
Um, OG would be perfect, like you said. Those 3 and D players, you never know when Michael Porter is going to get hurt.
You
And at the same time, you could look for another point guard that like
could.
Bones,
You could.
but I do think Jokic at that pinch post spot paired with other like Aaron Gordon has thrived in
You
that
don't need
system. The
another point
the
guard.
fact that yeah, the fact that you even brought up Jeremy Grant already shows like the size matters in Denver. But those are the guys I would go after if I'm the Denver Nuggets. But I don't even know if I want to trade Bones. I really like Bones.
That team is so fun to watch. Denver is so fun to watch. The way they play basketball is so fun to watch.
Yeah, they play from the pinch post. When you play pickup, anybody listening at all, when you play pickup basketball, typically, that pinch post role is never taken or assumed. So I
Hmm.
definitely encourage anyone who plays the game of basketball, go to the pinch post when you're playing 5-on-5, 3-on-3. Be the gadget guy who's giving the dishes. Do not always, fake the dish, and then you gotta be the guy giving the handoff passes from that free throw line area and playing that fake quasi pick and roll game. Not a
Hmm.
lot of people like to play that role though.
Free throw line area, pinch
Yeah,
post,
free throw
back
line
to the
area.
basket, dime on
3 point
cuts.
line, yeah, 3 point line. After you make the pass, you're going back 3 point line extended, looking for a pop. Don't dive. If you
Hmm.
get the ball
Hmm.
again,
Hmm.
then you're doing the two-man game dribble handoff action to either wing, your choice.
Stare at the top of the key, kick it to the corner. Oof.
But not a lot of players like to play like that. Jokic is
It's
showing us the
rare.
blueprint.
It's rare. Tim Duncan used to
Other
do it.
guys,
Tim
other
Duncan used to
guys
do it.
who, nah, I mean, not like Jokic though.
No, no,
Let's not.
nobody does it like
Not like,
Jokic.
nah, yeah,
Nobody
not
does it
like
like
it. Tim
Jokic.
Duncan did it, but he did it like, yo, I'm gonna fake the pass and then get
Yep.
out of here. I'm isoing.
Uh,
like
like,
Jokic is faking that handoff and then dumping it over to like somebody on the weak side or a cutter. Like he's definitely looking, and the fact that he's like 7-1, obviously an advantage.
Sabonis does it.
Um, yeah, it definitely is,
I
but
love it. I love it.
Jokic, I couldn't agree with you more though. Jokic is definitely best player in the league right now.
Ugh, it's a beauty. It's a
Toughest
beauty.
toughest cover.
And yet, Embiid gave him 47. Embiid imposed his will. What do you think? If you have a draft pick right now, you have a 19-year-old Jokic and a 19-year-old Embiid. Who you drafting?
Jokic. Jokic.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Hey,
The
Embiid's a.
reason why I say it's not even close is because just from the eye test, you
Mhm.
can tell who's figured it out and
Mhm.
who's like still
Hey,
trying to figure out it. Joel
Embiid
Embiid's
don't.
trying to figure it
Embiid
out.
don't need much. He's about to lead the league in scoring
How about
back-to-back
this? But he's
years.
down 12 to the Celtics. I don't see Jokic being down 12 to the Celtics.
I mean, Jokic doesn't have a ring yet either. They both
Of
don't have
course
it.
not, but I think Jokic can really sit here and say, I haven't I haven't been hurt.
He
You
hasn't.
guys talk about my weight. I've won MVPs over Embiid. I've played in the regular season. Like, I don't know.
That
I
was
think
Embiid's MVP to
Jokic,
lose. All right, that was Embiid's MVP last year.
yeah.
I
But
kind of
Embiid being
agree.
freed from Ben Simmons was one thing, but now that he has James fucking Harden, it's kind of apples and oranges now. Like Jokic
Yeah,
doesn't have that help. Like he's making everybody pretty damn good, even without Jamal Murray, his starting point guard.
I like Jamal. I like Jamal. Honestly, this could be Denver's year. The West is wide open for them to stay on top of. The
Good
Warriors are a
charge
little
from Blake Griffin.
Warriors are a little hobbled right now. So
Yo, BG is definitely happy to be out of Brooklyn.
honestly, Bruce Brown is too. Bruce Brown said this is the best locker room I've ever been a part of.
You heard
What?
what I said. You heard what I told you about Blake Griffin, right?
Yeah.
How he said the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They both said the same thing. Like, damn, Brooklyn was toxic like that.
Ah, man. Yeah, that sucks, man.
Meanwhile, Claxton and Cam Thomas said they loved Kyrie. They loved playing with Kyrie. They loved being around Kyrie. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the younger dudes. So remember that. That's why I say that the
Yeah,
team is very like it's immature.
it was
Like it's
divided.
very you guys are very you guys are very little, and when it comes to like vets in the room.
I mean, we have a Seth Curry, a Joe Harris. These guys have been around the
Seth
block.
Curry don't got real experience, so
Nah, he don't. He really don't. TJ Warren neither. None of those guys.
none of those guys. They're like journeymen.
None of those guys. Royce O'Neal.
Oh god, don't even get me started on him.
uh,
Utah Jazz vagabond. He's a Utah Jazz leftover player. But what do you say? Intermission, go live again later. What you want to do? You want to keep going? How's the
we
layer
we'll
feeling?
go live later. We'll take a little intermission. Watch some of these games. See if I'm winning any money.
Right. All right. We'll be back live a little bit later. This is the Basketball Zane. We're gonna take a break.
Thank you guys
Obviously,
for
it's the
watching.
NBA trade deadline. We got like 24 hours before it, or maybe a little bit under 24 hours before it's official. But
Yep.
we have some time before it's official, so we'll be back a little bit live later tonight. If we're not back live later tonight, we'll be back tomorrow, right before the deadline. But definitely come back and tune in again. Layer, anything to say before we go?
Thank you guys for having us, for having me. We will do this much more often. Shout out to Ricky. Yes, I see you. And we will be
Yeah,
back,
Ricky. We'll,
man. We'll
yeah,
be
we'll be
back.
back in a little
And you
bit.
know what? I'm on the record. We'll be more
Yeah, shout out to
consistent
the. Yeah, nah, we'll be
weekly
back.
and daily. All right.
Well, I'm not. I'm just gonna commit to tonight. We'll be back later. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back later. Enjoy the game. Celtics are definitely gonna get the win versus Philly. I'm loving it. Ricky, come back, bro. Come back later.
Come
We
back.
definitely need you.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Peace out.
I'm logging off.
Yeah.